Hello and welcome to My Favourite Shots. My name's Phil and this is our chance just to look at one shot from one film and find out why it's so special.
You want to do this with me?
What do you think?
If you've not done so already, then please subscribe and hit the bell button down below.
I'll take that as a yes.
And this week, we're going to be looking at a film called Blade Runner. This film was directed by Ridley Scott, who is a wonderful director. I'm sure you know him from Gladiator. I'm sure you know him from Alien, from Thelma and Louise. Right, so we had to get round to this film at some point because it's incredible. There are replicants who are kind of man-made robots, but they're inside a human body. And these replicants have a lifespan, but some of them don't like the fact that they've got a lifespan and they've gone rogue. So these Blade Runners, one of which is played by Harrison Ford, and he plays Deckard. His job is to find these rogue replicants and retire them, kill them, basically. And there's Rutger Hauer, who's one of the replicants, and there's Daryl Hannah is another replicant.
Thanks.
And the idea is that these robots are so real that they actually look real. They look like real human beings. And the only way that you can find out if they are a replicant is this test, because they are emotionally immature, and this test kind of will find that out. So what Ridley Scott wanted to do is to differentiate in a visual way between humans and replicants, and he came up with this wonderful idea. So we'll watch this shot now, okay, and then we'll talk about how he achieved the effect. So let's watch the shot now.
What if I go north?
So is that it? Just a shot of Rachel walking towards camera? There's nothing much really, is it? However, if you look at her eyes, they look a bit strange. Can you see there's like a light in her eyes that is, it shouldn't be there. And this is a brilliant bit of photographic trickery. What they've done is they put a piece of glass at 45 degrees in front of the lens, and then they've shone a light into the lens, and then it catches the retina in your eyeball, and then it bounces back, a bit like a cat's eye, I guess. And Ridley Scott in interviews has often talked about the owl. They shoot the owl like this to show that the owl is man-made. And the owl, of course, the owl's retina just reflects like crazy. So that was a really good a way of showing what's possible with this effect. And it's such a good way of differentiating between the replicants and the humans. And it was Douglas Trumbull, the visual effects supervisor, who came up with this completely in-camera effect. And it's not kind of shout in your face, or it's just the tiniest, subtle little lighting effect. Very, very clever. And eyes are a repeated motif in this movie. It's all about eyes. There's the light in the eyes. There's the guy who makes eyes that they have to go and visit to find out the next piece of the puzzle, and they put the kind of eyes on his shoulder.
I just do eyes. It's just eyes. Genetic design. Just eyes. You Nexus, huh? I design your eyes.
And when someone is killed, they kill him by pushing in his eyes. And one of the interesting geeky things about this film that has been up for debate for a long time is whether or not Deckard, played by Harrison Ford, was also actually a replicant like Rachel, who ends up being his girlfriend. And Ridley Scott has gone on the record as saying that yes, he was a replicant. However, Harrison Ford says that when they were making the film, they talked about it lots and decided that he wasn't. And there's this one shot, this shot right here, that people use as a reason to show that Deckard is a replicant. So you'll see that he goes around the back of Rachel, And you can see just for a moment, even though he's out of focus, you can just see also that light shining into his eye.
But somebody would.
Now, I'm not sure about that. There are some other pointers towards Deckard being a replicant. There's the little silver unicorn that he finds at the end. I suspect that Ridley Scott made up that story afterwards to justify that slight mistake of Deckard catching the light in his eye. I don't know if that's me being cynical, I'm not sure. However, my honest answer as to whether Deckard is a replicant or not, I'd like to add to the debate, is I think it doesn't matter. The whole point is that it's ambiguous, because all this film is about is what it is to be human. What makes us human? Because at the end, Roy Batty, played by Rutger Hauer, who is definitely one of the replicants and he's about to die, what does he do? He decides to save Deckard. And he decides to save him with a great big nail through his hand, which some would say is a very pointed reference towards him being a Jesus figure. He is sacrificing his life to save Deckard's. In his last dying moments, just before he dies, he decides to save a human being. Now, some people again would say that that shows you that Deckard was another replicant, because Roy Batty wanted to save him. He could recognise that there was a replicant that needed saving. I don't think so. I think that what this film is saying is it doesn't matter whether you're made of human flesh or whether you're a man-made robot. What makes you human are your actions and what you do. And that's what this film is all about, because that last moment where Roy Batty saves Deckard is the most human and the most loving thing that happens in the entire film, and it's displayed to us by a replicant. It's fantastic, and it's all down to one light going into one piece of glass at 45 degrees.
All those moments will be lost in time.
So thanks for watching. Please share this video, please subscribe down below and press the bell button, all that good stuff, and I'll see you next time. Guys, I hope you spotted I've got my own little setup here with the light and the glass. I hope it was subtle enough not to look too obvious, and that those of you that were watching carefully spotted it. Thanks for watching.